Eu desci, vou até o chão. Eu desci, vou até o chão, até o chão, até o chão. Desci, vou até o chão. Desci, vou até o chão. Eu desci, vou até o chão, até o chão, até o chão.
Peace, family. QI Critical Thinking is in the building, and I'm glad I got a mod on board because today's topic is rather controversial. Now, I am hoping that we don't get a massive flood of trolls, but mods be on the lookout because there may be some. QI Critical Thinking is back to herself, the old QI Critical Thinking from that conscious community where I'm bringing forth and exposing frauds. Okay, I mean, no harm. But we as a race of people, we cannot make it, people. The majority of our leaders have sold us out. Meaning, we've been sold to the highest bidder. So in order for us to be successful and to survive, the sellouts and the frauds have got to be exposed. And so today I am bringing forth some very vital information. And people just follow me. I'm going to try to educate to the best possible extent that I can, break it down. A lot of people from the conscious community are very aware of what I'm going to speak on today. However, for, this sector, whatever, I'm going to break it down because it's very important that we know, what's really going on up under our noses. Now, I'm going to take a few minutes to go ahead and shout out to my supporters, to my chat, who I all love. Let me go ahead and shout out D-Cop in the building. D-Cop Moore, y'all subscribe to D-Cop Moore. I hadn't seen you in a minute, D-Cop. Rick Danger, I'm gonna go ahead and read this real quickly. It's vital. And like I said, mods, Ben X, Rick Danger said, Ben X just posted a short video of a phone call with Rizza from jail. You need to check this out. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out, Rick Danger, right after this live stream. Melissa Ocha in the building. KB Johnson, go ahead and subscribe to KB Johnson, the barber, up in the building. Nikki Blaine in the building. Iris Mendacious in the building. I got it right that time. I'm not so tongue-tied today. All right. I hope I haven't missed anyone so far. Y'all go ahead and smash that like button, share and subscribe. And I probably need to do the same thing. Invictus knowledge in the building. Invictus knowledge in the building. Scientology, Blacks, and Latinos are now the number one targets. In fact, the truth. All right, here we go. All right, y'all see the title? NOI exposed. And the reason why it's NOI exposed is because for a long time, Scientology and NOI have been in contract and in agreement with one another. Okay, and I'm going to tell y'all about Scientology and the belief system behind Scientology in just a moment. But before I do that, Scientology, or the Church of Scientology, is a group, a religious group, a religious organization that pays commission to salespeople. They actually have field sales reps and salespeople. And one of the field sales reps, or multiple of them, are a part of the NOI, along with Farrakhan, who pushed NOI to become a part of the Church of Scientology. Now, the Church of Scientology, as you see on the screen, it says they believe in Dianetics. But before I get there, let me break some other things down so that, we won't be so lost. If you all have never heard of L. Ron Hubbard, you definitely need to look up L. Ron Hubbard. Okay, Scientology describes itself as a religion that was founded in 1950s by L. Ron Hubbard. At the core of Scientology is a belief that each human has a reactive mind that responds to life traumas, clouding the analytic mind and keeping. Okay, and I didn't happen to finish all of that. But L. Ron Hubbard, he's the founder of Scientology and Dianetics. Okay. And what Dianetics is a dangerous pseudoscience. And what pseudoscience mean, when they say pseudo, especially from the conscious community, or pseudo science, what they mean is a fake made up science. This is not like when we say science, we talk about ancient sciences. We're talking about sciences from our ancestors, sciences from the beginning of time, God sciences. Because science wasn't created by humans. Science was created by God. Humans discovered sciences. All right. But when we say pseudoscience is a fake made up science by pretty much Dianetics, L. Ron Hubbard. Not a legitimate mental health therapy. It is designed to find a person's weakness. Dianetics is designed to find a person's weakness and exploit them for the sake of profit. Find your weakness and support and exploit them for the sake of profit. Now, a lot of, Dianetics and Scientology and L. Ron Hubbard are not the only ones that do that. When we look at marketing, and when we look at, marketing and media and different things, marketing and media also does that as well. Even, we would even say a lot of religions do that as well. But it's also called or referred to as a psychotherapy cult. So Scientology is a psychotherapy cult that exploits people's weakness for profit. I hope I broke that down pretty clear and simple, so that you would know why you should not get involved in Scientology, and why we as a people should not get involved in Scientology. Now, if you look above, I have links in the chat of everything that I'm speaking of, even down to the celebrities involved in Scientology, even down to like a lot of millions of people whose children and whose family members have came up missing due to Scientology. There was even a woman that wasn't even allowed to see her child while her child contracted pneumonia, and the child was only 27 years old. And I know I'm saying child, but that was the mother. Okay, so the child was in a hospital. Scientology does not believe in, medication, does not believe in treatments and different things like that. So, the Scientology religion casted out, the cure and the treatment of pneumonia. We all know at 27 years old, you're strong enough to, be able to make it through pneumonia. But because of lack of treatment, the 27-year-old died. And the wife, along with the members of Scientology, would not allow the mother to even see the child. Ain't that something? They cut off families. They cut off families. They cut off family members. It's like an actual cult. So I just want to break that down. And another book that tells you a lot of their deep demonic, devilish, and I'm using these terms, because we're familiar with them. But one of the books that break down their demonic, devilish sort of beliefs is this one. It's Lucifer's Bridge, Scientology's Lost Paradise. So yeah, if y'all want to be very, look, please, by all means, I'm advocating you to come away from Scientology, not go to Scientology. Okay. But if you want to know more about how bad and how demonic and how this is not good for us as a people, or us or any people for the matter of fact, check out the Lucifer's Bridge, Scientology Lost Paradise. I think that book is like $5. $5. Okay, so let me get into the gist of things. Shout out to Isabella White. Yeah. Isabella White said, "Oh yes, Scientology is a certified cult." Melissa Ocha, my friend, she said that you will be shunned from your family and community whenever they decide. It is a mental and emotional torture. Right. Scientology also believes in pain and suffering, and they push and cause a lot of pain and suffering. It's like, pain and suffering. It's like, wow. I mean, I can't even, explain it. It is bad. Shout out to my girl, my sister, Soul Alchemy in the building. Yes and no. It's still under investigation, Soul Alchemy. And I want to say shout out to Young Pharaoh, because Young Pharaoh, he's the forerunner at, exposing the Nation of Islam, Riza X, or Riza Islam, as well as Scientology. So shout out to Young Pharaoh. All right. And hello, Lightstorm in the building. But let me go ahead and get started. Riza Islam was arrested, a proud and known YouTuber, content creator, and a proud and known member of Nation of Islam, almost considering himself right under the right-hand man of Louis Farrakhan, was arrested for grand theft. Okay, now Riza Islam total grand theft was $3.8 million. Some of Riza Islam's frauds consisted of, he frauded the state of California out of $8 million. He failed to file income taxes, scammed the state of California through Black people out of home vouchers, Section 8 vouchers, and HUD vouchers. Okay, he was charged in 2000. Original charges took place in 2015. And he kept delaying, the criminal preliminary. The first time that he delayed it, his attorney, who was also a part of Scientology, Gary Brown, died. So, of course, if your attorney dies, that, of course, is going to delay your preliminary hearing, or is going to delay a court case. The second delay was his wife announces that she has cancer, and she waived all her HIPAA rights, HIPAA privacy rights in court in order to get a delay. Okay. And the third one was they transferred it to the 9th floor, whichever of that court system in California. Okay, Rizza also he made false Medicaid claims, false insurance. He has false insurance claim fraud. Okay, and the third attempt was Rizza argued to be a sovereign citizen. Now let me explain real quickly about this. This I know too well. I have debated this many times. I'm well versed and well researched and well scholarly when it comes down to the sovereign thing. Okay, first of all, to anyone that must know, if you get approached by frauds that's trying to sell you some paperwork or something, please know that an individual cannot be sovereign. You can only be sovereign under a government. A tribe is a government, and it has to be recognized by the state. It has to be recognized, a recognized tribe. So you can't just say I'm sovereign because you're part of 501c3 religious group, or you're sovereign just because you choose to. You have to. You're only sovereign when you're a part of you have your own government. Like all tribes have it is considered their own government. Our Indian tribes, indigenous tribes, are considered their own government. So if you're a part of a member of that Indian tribe or that tribe, then you're a sovereign citizen. And here in the United States, if you have a social security number and all of that stuff, then you have dual citizenship, which means that your tribe overrides the United States corporation. So, yes, your tribe, is your government, but you still have a dual citizenship with the United States. Okay, broken down. So you cannot be an individual sovereign citizen. You can only be sovereign under a tribal government. Bam. Okay, so I want to get that. So he gonna claim that he was a sovereign citizen. Okay, now the judge got him, and the judge and these judges and police officers and all these people, they get all these sovereign citizens going around here. The judge simply asked him, the judge didn't actually get him. The judge got Hanan. Hanan is Rizza's stepmother. The judge got Rizza because the judge asked Rizza what was her name and why was she there, and she gave her name and why she was there. Boom, automatically disqualified because you've given jurisdiction to the court. So Hanan gave jurisdiction to the court, so that ruled out that sovereign citizen. Plus, you cannot be a part of a religious 501c3. You cannot be receiving grant money. You cannot be receiving state, state money and federal money, being a sovereign citizen. So the NOI, the Nation of Islam, is a 5013C on Dune and Bradstreet. They are a religious organization governed by the government. Governed. Listen to me well, people. Governed, which means they have do's and don'ts. They can't participate in politics, and they have a lot of do's and don'ts as a 5013C. Boom. Okay? Boom. Federal funds. Amen. Man, evictus knowledge. Shout out to Girl Down the Street. Shout out to content creator Lonnie One Love in the building. All right. So Hanan and Rizza arrested, contempt of court. They were fined $1,000 each. They were let out in handcuffs by the deputy, and the sovereign they dropped the sovereignty claim. Hanan stated name and why she was there. That's why they were disqualified. Okay, and they were held. Okay, Rizzo was held on a $250,000 bail. And Hanan was held on a $100,000 bail. Okay, later on, $131,000 was added to Rizza's bail. Okay, now Scientology and NOI, they've merged. Just like I have documents, I found documents to which I could not find them today. I got 3-4 computers and a lot of PDFs and information, but I have documents where Farrakhan and the KKK signed a contract agreement together. Okay, a lot of times when we're looking at these race wars and stuff like that, people are set in place to bait these race wars. Because of the simple fact it's distraction from what we really need to be paying attention to, and a lot of other things. So just like you have one side, you got the KKK. The opposite of the KKK is groups like NOI. And so these people have signed contracts and they're put in place for reasons. Okay. And so our people have got to stop following these people because they're set up to get people in trouble. There are cases like if you go on, I cannot think of this website name. I'm bring it up one day, but it's the terrorist watch list or something. And on that group, you're gonna find a whole lot of people that's a part of a lot of these religions and stuff because their religions told them to do it. Who shot cops? Who been frauding out of tax money? It's just fraud, tax, killing. It's just getting a whole bunch of our people in trouble. Okay, so watch out for that kind of stuff. Okay. All right, now Tony Muhammad Hubbard. Okay, now the reason why NOI and Scientology merged was due to Farrakhan's orders. Farrakhan's orders. You're gonna find, if you Google it, you're gonna find pictures of Farrakhan and L. Ron Hubbard all over the place. But Farrakhan says that the white man is the devil, right? That's what Farrakhan told us, right? Farrakhan said the white man was the devil. So next time you see Farrakhan, ask him, why is he always in business with the white man? Why is he always in business with the Jews? Why is he always in business with L. Ron Hubbard if the white man is the devil? Now, that's not me saying that. That's Farrakhan who said that the white man was the devil. So ask him, why is he always in business with the devil then? Okay. Okay. Now, NOI is becoming Scientology because Scientology leads people to believe that you can be a part of any religion and still be a Scientologist. Okay. However, when you get into the deeper doctrines, it states that you have to let that stuff go and you have to, be solely Scientologist. So the Nation of Islam is like pretty much going solely towards Scientology because that's a part of the Scientology doctrine. There's no way that you can say two separate entities. Okay, so let's make that clear. Okay, now Tom Cruise, a famous celebrity, along with, if you look up there in the links up above, in the first of the chat, I got links to celebrities that's the part of it. I have links to a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about today. And I have a lot of links to Scientology and Rizza's arrest and things of that nature. So all of my references are above, are listed above at the top of the chat. So it's a merger of two religions, and it's a money grab because Scientology pays commission. That's the only Scientology is one of the only religions that I've heard that pays commission to help bring people into Scientology. All right. And Farrakhan is using black people to teach L. Ron Hubbard's doctrine, which is nothing but pseudoscience, cult behavior, demonic cult behavior. It gets deep, people. Check out that book I told you about earlier. Scientology and invasion of, check out this Facebook page. It's called Scientology and the Invasion of the Black Community on Facebook. Scientology and Invasion of and let me type it in the chat real quick. All right, there you go. Check out that website. It has a lot of exposure to Scientology and different things of that nature. And some of the salespeople, like Tony Muhammad, and you're gonna find pictures of L. Ron Hubbard and Tony Muhammad. And Tony Muhammad is he's a part of the NOI, as well as he's in Ireland right now because he's a field staff member. And Jim Mathers is a NOI member and also a member of Scientology. Tony Muhammad received an award for Scientology as one of the highest awards in Scientology and it was called the Freedom Medal. Okay. Okay, L. Ron Hubbard himself created a whole bunch of fake nonprofits for the sake of pushing Scientology, as well as for the sake, because it's a money grab. It's a money grab. Okay, and some of the places, like the ones in New York, were raided by the FBI because they were staging as like waste management companies and different things like that. But in New York City, but and they were also investigated by the Security Exchange Commission. So Scientology is big time exposed right now for a lot of frauding and things of that nature. And the thing about it is being pushed into our community, by none other than NOI and some other religious groups. So y'all watch out, for these religious groups and things like that, because some of them are getting commission, per head. Okay, and nobody now. Rizzo has had several court hearings, and nobody from the NOI nor Scientology was at any of his court hearings. Do y'all know why? They were not there because they're trying to hide. They're trying to hide and keep it a secret. They are trying to hide and keep it a secret. Okay, now the NOI, who a lot of people have allegedly said were also, some of the forerunners in creating some of the Chicago gangs, and also known as the Black Mafia of Chicago, because we know the headquarters of the NOI is in Chicago. Okay. Members of the NOI were members of the World Literacy Crusade. And what the World Literacy Crusade is, it's a group formed by Riza Islam. And then the American Health and Education Clinic was formed by Hanan Islam. Okay. Now, what they did was they paid, some of the educators and stuff, money to, basically to order the students and stuff like that to sit in classrooms. Okay. And they paid for access to high school students. So Rizzo and Hanan, through these two so-called fake nonprofits, paid the educators in Compton, California, for access to high school students, and they made them sit in the classrooms. Okay, and I just want to note that Hanan has 10 children. Hanan is a woman, and she's on that thumbnail, and she has 10 children. I'm going by my notes. They're somewhat out of order, but we're going to get there. Okay, now what they pretty much did was they were billing the Hanan and Rizza was billing the state as though they were treating these students for mental illness. So they were billing the state. I think it was like, here we go. It's Scientology Money Project, World Literacy Plus American Health. Okay, ghostwriters created a fake treatments. Ghostwriters created fake treatments for high school students and billed the state $6,000 plus during the years of 2010 and 2013, which came to a grand total of $3.8 billion. So between the years of 2010 and 2013, they were fakely treating these high school students, and they charged the state $6,000 plus, and which ended up being a grand total of $3.8 billion. $15,000 per head charged to the state, $15,000 per head. Educators who have agreed to, basically sending the students to Rizza and to Hanan have already pleaded guilty and have already been charged. And this is how Hanan and Rizza got caught up. Okay, Rizza's family was a part of Scientology before he was a part of the NOI. Now Scientology destroys people. Okay. Now Jeffrey Augustine did an interview today on Young Pharaoh's page. So y'all shout out to Young Pharaoh For the full interview, y'all can go over and check out the interview today with Jeffrey Austin, and he also has a website that's listed up above that breaks down and lists a lot of the frauds of the Scientology group, as well as he has a complete listing of, you know, Riza Islam's charges and things of that nature. It's at the top of the page. But Jeffrey Austin was in all of the court cases and has been dedicated to exposing Scientology, the Church of Scientology, for over 15 years. Farrakhan and the NOI tells black people the white man is the devil. I told y'all that earlier. I told y'all that earlier too. All right, so let me get to this. I am going to read a few excerpts from these documents. Let's start with Rizza. People of the state of California versus Riza Islam. Okay, the links below are the summary of the court reporting I did during the preliminary criminal trial of Riza Islam and his co-defendants in Los Angeles downtown criminal courts. Case number BA 435374. The felony charges against Ronnie Stephen, that's his real name, Riza Islam, and his co-defendants centered around a $3.8 million Medi-Cal insurance fraud committed during the operation of the now defunct Scientology licensed World Literacy Crusade and the American Health and Education Clinic located in Compton, California. Thanks to Tony Ortega for covering my reporting in real time. Along with his added news and commentary at the underground bunker, the bunker community added many outstanding and insightful comments. Special thanks to Lisa Bartley of ABC 7 Los Angeles Eyewitness News for providing video coverage along with the sketches by ABC sketch artist Mona S. Edwards. The story has now become a part of the decades-long story of Scientology and criminality. The sovereign citizen defense offered by Riza and his mother, Hanan Islam, at the preliminary trial failed badly and served them both a hard lesson that the legal fictions do not work in the real world. Y'all hear that? The legal fictions do not work in the real world. That's why it's important to know law, then people can't get over on you. All right, both Riza and his mother were sentenced to 5 days in jail and fined $1,000 for contempt of court due to their flagrant disrespect towards the court in asserting their nonsensical sovereign citizen argument. Their defendants will be arraigned on October 22nd, and I will be there to report it. What's our date? Okay, we got a couple of more days. We're gonna have to keep up with this, y'all. Okay, and if y'all look at the ScientologyMoneyProject.com, this article is there, and it has a link of all of the articles from October 1, Scientology arrested in LA court. October 3, Scientology led away in handcuffs after stunning events and fraud heard in LA court. October the 4th, Scientology removed from LA court after screaming at the judge in fraud hearing. October 8th, as Scientologists face another day in court, we have bizarre twist to the case. October the 8th, again, Scientology will face trial after judge cites sophisticated fraud scheme. And October the 8th, ABC 7 in Los Angeles covers the Scientology Narconon fraud hearing with sketches. Okay, and it also has all of the charges, the documents, and the pictures, and the case numbers listed there. And it also has charging documents for the defendant, so you can see the actual charges, the actual documents. It's all there. So if anybody from the NOI or anybody comes to you and they try to say that's not true, the proof is in the pudding, my people. Okay, and also I have in the list of documents is the it's called ScientologyMoneyProject.com. The Scientology Money Project. Okay, and that's because they are about that money. Okay, and on there, the articles like Scientology secret teachings about Jesus Christ and how they lied to people at first to tell them they could be a part of any religion until they get you in. Once they get you in, then you have to pledge allegiance to Scientology. It breaks down some of their belief systems so that you would know why Scientology is not good for us. And I also have the Dianetic scam. Okay, let me read a little bit of that. The Dianetic scam, a gateway into the Church of Scientology. Dianetic, I think I did read this, but I'm gonna read it again anyways. It says Dianetics is a dangerous pseudoscience, not a legitimate mental health therapy. It is designed to find a person's weakness and exploit them for the sake of profit. Services of an e-meter may seem harmless at first, but the situation can quickly become financially draining since Dianetics serves as a gateway into the Church of Scientology psychotherapy cult. The deceptive self-help system was created by science fiction writer L. Ron Hubbard, a convicted criminal. L. Ron Hubbard is a convicted criminal and a con man for his own personal gain. Hubbard's legacy continues to this day, with his Dianetics theory serving as the initial indoctrination step into costly Scientology beliefs and practices. So, good people, do y'all see what be going on out here? Y'all have to be very careful and research behind these people. Research. And this article also breaks down a lot of different things, even things about what the medical experts say about Dianetics and L. Ron Hubbard, and common recruiting methods of Scientology, the creation of the cult Scientology, the truth exposed. All of that information is above, and especially on one of the websites that I listed above, all of these links are included. So there will be no misinformation or miseducation. So I really just want to come on and I want to break that down that, there's a lot going on out here, people. And, and they're constantly trying to take our money. They're constantly trying to bamboozle us. They're constantly selling us to the highest bidder. And although Scientology has been pushed into the Black community, it's not the Black community is alone. Scientology is pushed to many people, many different races, many people. So I want to make that clear as well. Scientology is no good, but the NOI is responsible for pushing Scientology into the Black community. All right. So are there any questions for me, people, on Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, Riza Islam? I will try to answer them as best as possible. I am going to keep us updated, updated to this situation, especially since his next court hearing, their next court hearing is on October the 22nd. So, I'm going to try to, stay up with, the information, stay informed on information and see what shenanigans they try to play to delay the court proceedings this time. All right. So shout out to Tupac Amaru in the building. Peace, my brother. Jay Swift. Yes, 3.8 million fraud. Shout out to you, Jay Swift, in the building. Okay, let me just go up so I can catch some of these comments. Woo. Oh, yeah, I've been chatting it up, but I'm gonna try not to miss anyone. Thank you, Melissa, my friend. Sammy D in the building. Hello. Nikki Blaine, can someone drop the titles to the opening groove, please? I will. I'll drop it towards the end, Nikki Blaine. Towards the end. Okay. Okay. Okay, Invictus Knowledge said, I always thought that Scientology and NOI was the basis for the 5% nation. It is, because they're one and the same. 5% in Nation of Islam, along with the Moors. I hate to say it. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. It's true. They all one and the same. Okay. At the end of the day, they have different. It's different forks in the road, but the road all leads to the same place. Let me put it that way. Okay. Yeah, a lot of kids are missing due to Scientology, and it might be why a lot of our black girls and women are missing too. We might need to go investigate them. Nikki Blaine said, "Are these cults trafficking our children?" Like I said, there's a major possibility. I think. Let me break that down. A lot of these churches, because you're going to see, look it up, you're going to see a lot of articles where a lot of these churches and stuff, these black churches and Catholic churches and a lot of things are now responsible for a lot of child sex trafficking and human trafficking. As well as you cannot put it past, although we have not seen the articles yet for NOI or Scientology, we can't put it past that because, it's a money grab. Anytime, like, money is the root, they say, of all evil. And anytime, money is involved, and come on, like, people selling business, selling little girls for sex and all this kind of stuff. And I'm going to have to put this on age restriction, but it's big business, big money, and it's pitiful. And, and it's greedy, and greedy people get in, as much as we would like for it not to be that way, greedy people get involved in these things, and their 501c should be taken away and they should be jailed. And these are the main people like Farrakhan pushing the agenda about black men being in jail. But if you're doing things like this to your own people, you need to be in jail. We don't need people like this who are harming their own people, women and children out here on the streets. Come on, like let's be real with ourselves, people. Let's be real, because I think it's far worse for you to hurt your own. I think it's far worse for you to hurt your own. But let me get back to the chat. Oh yes, Isabella White said, "Oh yes, Scientology is a certified cult." Yeah, I read those, and Tom Cruise is obsessed with it. In facts. Yeah, I like Isabella. I like young, not everything. I don't agree with everything the young Pharaoh has to say, but I do agree with a lot of it. And I see hit the like, NOI and Christian Black. Okay. Shout out to niggas heirs to the land TV. Shout out. And that's not necessarily a bad word. That means something. That means something. It's not really derogatory. It's etymology and language. Okay. Shout out to Jay Paris. Yes, I was about to say that he exposed them a while back. That's why I asked, is it recent? The interview, Soul Alchemy of Augustine, Jeffrey Augustine, was today. It was recent. And the next court case is October the 22nd. And I'm trying to keep everybody updated with that. Midnight Oil, shout out, hello. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to keep on bringing, because this is my whole thing. For us as a people to grow, we got to know. Knowledge is power. So y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. So we can get the information out. And just like, young Pharaoh or anyone else, I like, shout out to the people who want to run commentary behind it, because that's the only way it's going to spread. So, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, I did it first or nothing like that. No, I'm saying run the commentary, because this is all about each one, teach one, and educate. So, like, we have to get this information out, because how else are people going to know, unless we say something. And, I don't want to see any other victims, or I don't want to see anybody that I know become a victim. Okay, what has NOI built for the community? It is located in nothing. Chicago is a mess, because the headquarters of NOI is in Chicago. Did y'all not realize that? The headquarters. So why can't the NOI do anything about the gang violence and the mass murders and stuff in Chicago? I'm so glad you said that shit made you look. And they said any affordable housing, education, scholarships, anything. And they couldn't even, I was debating somebody, and they was trying to say that Farrakhan made a good leader. And I said, no. I said, because you got all of these branches, because there's probably temples and mosques of NOIs all over in several different cities, states, and towns, with at least 100 members, if not more. Okay. And you mean to tell me one woman can buy a network? And now we have one man, Tyler Perry, who can buy a network, yet the whole NOI can't buy a network, and Farrakhan on there crying about getting shut down off of Facebook when they have enough members and enough money to be able to buy their own network. Nothing. And they're not trying to do nothing other than collect and take our money, our minds, and our souls. Oh, a lot of people Shook Made You Look have called them out, and we're calling them out. We're calling them out. Like we have some of our people don't research, and they don't research behind people. And a lot of our people are sold over there into, because Farrakhan sounds good. He says a lot of poetic. He's very poetic when he speaks. But speaking alone does not do anything, and our people need to wake up and see that. Malcolm X was very poetic. Martin Luther King was very poetic, but Martin Luther King put action behind his words. He produced the Fair Housing Act. Martin Luther King did. Martin Luther King produced the 1968 Civil Rights Act. And look at, like we have, like look at all the progress that was made in terms of us being able to ride sit anywhere on the bus and all of that. And then, like Martin Luther King made some mistakes because, we had to learn segregation. Maybe segregation was the best thing for us, because back before segregation, we owned our own business. But Martin Luther King said himself, he said, I have integrated y'all into a burning hell. So, I look personally like Martin Luther King. But like, we got to stop getting so excited behind these preachers, these pastors, and these religious leaders that sound good. Yeah. Can I get a we got to start listening to what they're saying and researching what they're saying and seeing if what they're saying is effective for us in this day and time. Because, like, I'm here to tell it. And a lot of these churches and stuff and religious institutions, a lot of times I hear a lot of verbal and emotional abuse going on. And we got to call a spade a spade. We have to start calling a spade a spade. All right. Let me finish these comments. Thank you, Midnight Oil. Shout out to you. Girl down the street. Hello, sister. Yeah, he was locked up for contempt, but they're free now, and they have to go back to London one. They have to go back October. The next is October 22nd. We got a week or so? We got a week or so to wait for the next trial. Yeah, federal funds, exactly. I was trying to find all the facts on the case. I couldn't at all. Shaking my head. I'm not surprised, y'all, at all. London One Love. The links are at the top of the links are at the top of my chat. Go up to the top of my chat and all of the links, and you'll be able to find all of the information, the court, the case numbers, and all of that at the top of in the links at the top of my chat. Yeah, they have worked together. Yeah, they're merged together. You might as well say there's no such thing as Nation of Islam anymore, only the Nation of Scientology. Yeah, Farrakhan does definitely endorse Scientology. Yeah, just like the 5%ers are a lot of Scientology. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Nipsey Hussle's funeral. Yeah. Yeah. It on those links are also a lot of the celebrities and things like that are part of Scientology to watch out for. Like, what's his name with the I call his nose the butt nose. John Travolta. All right. So I think I've made it to the end. Are there any other questions? Florida Pollard, shout out. Yeah, know your history. In fact, yeah, you need to know your history. Research your history because a lack of knowledge of self is how people get over on you. People can tell you anything if you don't know your own history, if you don't know, like research. Don't let people tell you stuff, research. You know, when people tell you some research behind them, don't just believe anything that people are saying. That's part of our problem. We believe anything that people are saying based on who they are. Oh, well, T.I. said, oh, well, Jay-Z said, and these people are paid to mislead you because they know we're gonna be like, T.I. said, we're gonna try to use T.I. as a reference. We're gonna try to use Jay-Z as a reference instead of saying, well, I found it here, here, and here. You know, like reputable resources, reputable references. That's okay. So alchemy, yeah, yeah. And I'm gonna probably run another one of these. After October the 22nd. I'm gonna try to keep up. You know, I'm gonna try to keep up a little bit. Shout out to K Carter TV. Facts. All right, y'all. If there's no other questions or anything, you know what I'm gonna now do is I'm gonna close it out. Let me drop the link to this song. Let me drop the name to the song for someone. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna be bringing on a lot of, you know, controversial topics and a lot of different things. That's what I do. I'm here for the people. I'm trying to open up and wake up our minds to get us back to where we need to be. I'm tired of people misusing us. I'm tired of people using us, and you know, I'm tired of us, you know, being oppressed when we don't have to be. We're trying to bring back that peace and that self-awareness. All right, there y'all go. Those are the links to the song I'm now about to play. And let me tell you, peace, love, and hair grease. I will see you next time. And let's go out with a nice little old bang of a vibe. Here we go.
Eu desci vou até o chão, eu desci vou até o chão, eu desci vou até o chão, até o chão, até o chão, desci vou até o chão, desci vou até o chão, eu desci vou até o chão, até o chão, até o chão. Eu desci, 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 eu desci.
Peace, love, and light.